The kingfisher is a bird that looks like it came straight out of a fairy tale, with vibrant colors and a fascinating behavior that captivates observers around the world. If you think you know everything about birds, get ready, because this little wonder of nature has much more to reveal than just its stunning appearance. Let's dive, literally, into the world of the kingfisher, exploring curiosities, habits, and even some surprises you may never have imagined. Did you know that there are more than 90 species of kingfishers spread across the world? Yes, these birds are present on every continent except Antarctica. Each species has its own unique traits, but they all share an impressive talent for fishing. And, as the name suggests, they are masters of this art. But fishing isn't just about survival, it's a spectacle in itself. Imagine the scene: the kingfisher, with its gleaming feathers, hovers in the air, focused on its target. Then, in a quick and precise movement, it dives into the water and reappears with a fish caught in its beak. It's as if the bird were a true Olympic athlete of the waters. What makes this even more incredible is the precision. Studies show that the kingfisher has highly developed vision, capable of calculating the refraction of light in the water. This means that even with the apparent shift in the fish's position due to the water, it rarely misses the target. This ability is the result of thousands of years of evolution, perfectly adapting to the aquatic environment. But the kingfisher doesn't live on fish alone. Depending on the species and habitat, it may include small crustaceans, insects, and even amphibians in its diet. This dietary diversity ensures its survival in different environments, whether they are calm rivers, mangroves, or even dense tropical forests. Speaking of habitat, did you know that some kingfishers prefer arid regions? That's right, they're not just limited to bodies of water. Another fascinating aspect is the kingfisher's nest. Unlike many birds that build nests in trees, the kingfisher digs tunnels along riverbanks or loch shores. These tunnels can be as long as 2 meters. At the end of the tunnel, the female lays her eggs, protecting them from predators and the elements. This strategy, though effective, requires a lot of effort and time, making the breeding period a challenging phase for the bird. And what about the kingfisher's call? It may not be as melodious as other birds, but it serves important purposes, such as marking territory and attracting mates. Each species has a unique call, ranging from a short trill to a more complex sequence of sounds. These vocalizations are yet another example of how nature equips each creature with specific tools for its survival. Now, let's talk about colors. Anyone who has seen a kingfisher up close knows that it looks like a living jewel. Metallic shades of blue, green, and orange adorn its feathers, creating a mesmerizing contrast. But did you know that these colors aren't exactly pigments? That's right, the colors of the kingfisher are the result of a phenomenon called iridescence. The microscopic structure of the feathers reflects light in a specific way, creating this burst of colors. It's science working in harmony with the art of nature. But not everything is rosy in the life of the kingfisher. Like many species, it faces threats due to human activity. Habitat destruction, river pollution, and even overfishing directly impact the survival of these birds. That's why conservation initiatives are crucial to ensure that future generations can admire these incredible birds. In some places, such as nature reserves, efforts are being made to protect the kingfishers and the ecosystems they live in. Here's a fun fact you might not know: some cultures consider the kingfisher a symbol of good luck and prosperity. In Greek mythology, for example, there is a legend about Alcyone, a woman turned into a kingfisher by the gods. This legend gave rise to the expression, halcyon days, referring to a period of calm at sea. It's amazing how this bird has managed to capture not only fish but also human imagination over the centuries. Finally, I want you to imagine for a moment being by a peaceful river. The sun is shining, and the sound of flowing water is interrupted by a flash of blue and orange. It's the kingfisher, in full action, reminding us of how nature can be both delicate and powerful. These birds teach us about precision, resilience, and, above all, the beauty of life in all its forms. Have you ever stopped to think about how the kingfisher is so efficient at fishing? Its skill isn't just a matter of instinct, there's a lot of science behind each dive. This bird is equipped with unique adaptations that make it an expert at catching aquatic prey. One of these adaptations is the shape of its beak. It's long, sharp, and incredibly aerodynamic, which reduces the impact when entering the water. It's as if the kingfisher has equipment specially designed by nature for its main activity. Another interesting point is flight. The kingfisher is a master of stationary flight, something known as hovering. It uses its fast, powerful wings to stay in the air, allowing it to closely observe the water below before diving. This movement requires impeccable coordination between its vision and wing muscles. Few birds achieve this feat with such efficiency. Moreover, the kingfisher has extremely specialized eyes. These eyes are adapted to see both in bright light and underwater. Unlike humans, who need to manually adjust focus, the kingfisher does this instantly. It also has a nictitating membrane, a kind of natural, diving goggles, that protects its eyes during dives. With this combination of sharp vision and protection, it practically has no rivals in what it does. The diversity of kingfisher species is also fascinating. While some live in lush tropical areas, others inhabit temperate climates or even semi-arid regions. This wide geographic distribution shows just how adaptable this bird is. Each species has developed specific strategies to thrive in its environment. For example, some prefer slow-flowing rivers, while others do better in rocky coasts or mangroves. And let's not forget the ecological impact of these birds. The kingfisher plays an important role as an indicator of the health of aquatic ecosystems. Its presence signals that the water is clean and there's an abundance of prey available. When kingfishers begin to disappear from a region, it's a warning sign that something is wrong in the environment. This makes them true sentinels of nature. If you're wondering how to spot a kingfisher in the wild, here's a tip: choose a quiet spot near bodies of water. Be patient and stay alert to quick movements and flashes of bright colors. Often, they are easier to hear than to see, so pay attention to their characteristic sounds. With luck, you'll witness the incredible spectacle of a kingfisher in action. It's an experience that will surely be etched in your memory. Now that you know more about the kingfisher, I hope you've been as captivated by this unique bird as I have. And remember, every time we take care of nature, we're ensuring that scenes like these continue to be part of our world. If you've ever had the fortune of seeing a kingfisher in action, share it in the comments. And, of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss more fascinating stories from the animal kingdom. See you next time. Cats, the mysterious and charming companions of humanity, have a fascinating history and a remarkable presence in our lives. Despite their small size, these felines are giants in charisma and complexity. Did you know that domesticated cats have existed for thousands of years? They were revered in ancient Egypt as symbols of protection and fertility. But beyond this glorious past, there are many curiosities that make cats even more intriguing. First, let's talk about the unique behavior of cats. They have habits that may seem strange at first glance, but each one has an evolutionary reason behind it. For example, the famous habit of rubbing against our legs is not just a gesture of affection, but also a way to mark territory. When a cat rubs its face on you, it is spreading pheromones that say, "You are mine." Fascinating, isn't it? Another curious aspect is purring. The soft and continuous sound that cats make is not just a sign of happiness. Studies show that cats also purr when they are anxious or even in pain. This is because purring has a calming effect, both for them and for those nearby. Incredibly, the frequency of purring can even help in the healing of bones and tissues. Just imagine, a healing power embedded in a simple feline. And what about cats' eyes? They are true masterpieces of nature. Have you ever noticed how their pupils contract vertically? This doesn't happen by chance. This adaptation allows cats to adjust their vision quickly in different light conditions, making them exceptional hunters, both during the day and at night. Moreover, their ability to see in low-light environments is a skill inherited from their wild ancestors, who needed to hunt at dusk. Speaking of hunting, even domestic cats maintain a strong predatory instinct. That's why they love playing with toys that mimic prey, like stuffed mice or feathers. In fact, each jump and strategic movement during these play sessions reflects hunting tactics. It's interesting to note that, even when well-fed, cats continue hunting small insects or other animals. This happens because hunting is more about instinct and fun than hunger. Now, have you ever wondered why cats love boxes so much? This behavior is one of the most discussed among cat lovers. The explanation lies in the need for security. Boxes provide an enclosed space where they feel protected and can observe their surroundings without being noticed. This behavior dates back to times when they needed to hide from predators in the wild. Another curious detail is the cat's tongue. It is covered with hook-shaped papillae that help in grooming and feeding. These structures make the cat's tongue rough to the touch, almost like sandpaper. This is essential for their impeccable hygiene, as they spend about 30% of their waking time grooming. This habit is not only for keeping themselves clean but also for regulating their body temperature. Furthermore, cats have an extremely rich form of communication. Although meowing is the most well-known sound, it is used almost exclusively to communicate with humans. Among themselves, cats prefer to use body language, such as tail movements and facial expressions. Interesting, right? It's almost as if they've developed a special way of speaking with us over the centuries. And how about talking about their paws? The cute little pads on a cat's paws are not just adorable. They serve important functions, such as absorbing impacts when jumping and helping identify textures. Moreover, their paws also have glands that release scents, allowing them to leave invisible marks as they walk. This is yet another example of how cats have a sophisticated system to interact with the world around them. Another interesting curiosity is the way cats have adapted to urban life. Even living in apartments or houses without access to the outdoors, they manage to find creative ways to exercise and have fun. Toys, scratching posts, and even watching through the window are enough to stimulate the minds of these little explorers. Therefore, providing an enriching environment is essential for the well-being of a domestic cat. Now, let's explore a lesser-known trait, the incredible navigational ability of cats. Did you know that many cats can find their way back home, even from miles away? While the exact mechanism is not fully understood, it is believed that they use a combination of visual, olfactory, and even magnetic cues to orient themselves. This explains why stories of cats returning to their owners after years are so common. Cats also play an important role in our mental health. Studies show that petting a cat can reduce stress and anxiety levels. The simple act of watching a cat sleep or play is relaxing and brings a sense of comfort. It's no wonder so many people consider cats to be family members. Finally, we can't overlook the unique personality of each cat. While some are more independent and reserved, others are extremely social and affectionate. This diversity of temperaments makes each cat special in its own way. And that's what makes living with them so enriching. We never know what to expect, but we are always surprised by acts of affection or funny moments. Another fascinating point about cats is their ability to recognize voices and associate them with faces. Although they often seem indifferent, studies confirm that cats can distinguish their owners' voices from others. This ability strengthens the bond they develop with humans, even while maintaining their characteristic independence. Additionally, cats are masters of energy conservation. They sleep around 12 to 16 hours a day, a habit dating back to when they needed to conserve energy for hunting. However, even while resting, cats are always alert to their surroundings. A small sound or suspicious movement is enough to make them immediately wake up, ready to act. Another curiosity involves whiskers, or vibrissae, which are much more than just an aesthetic detail. These highly sensitive hairs help cats measure spaces, detect changes in air pressure, and even sense nearby vibrations. That's why you should never cut a cat's whiskers, as it can disorient them and cause great discomfort. Finally, let's talk about how cats have influenced culture throughout the centuries. They have inspired artists, writers, and filmmakers, becoming protagonists of iconic works. From the mystical cats of Egypt to the popular cat memes on the internet, these felines have earned a unique place in our hearts and history. These aspects show how extraordinary cats are, combining mystery, intelligence, and charm in an irresistible package. They continue to surprise us, proving that when it comes to cats, there is always something new to discover. So, the next time you watch your cat, remember that it carries with it thousands of years of history and incredible adaptations. These little felines are much more than just pets, they are true companions, full of mysteries and charms that never fail to surprise us.